So what is resistive stretching? Everyone, it's Dr. Heather here, and this is part 3 of my series on pretty much understanding dynamic, passive, and resistive stretching. Today we're going to go ahead, we're going to check out the TRX to really incorporate some great resistive stretching that you can do to really enhance your body's flexibility and mobility a little further. So we're going to start essentially with a golf swing. And then from there, we're going to kind of take it a little further, incorporate some yoga poses as well. So like always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so, but let's get to it. Okay, so if you're unfamiliar with the TRX, maybe you're brand new to it, is a great way to increase flexibility and mobility to your body because it does what's called resistive stretching. So the first one we're going to start with is a really nice, easy, basic stretch. We're going to go ahead, it's called a golf swing. We're going to come into our TRX. We're going to have our knees slightly bent, chest is out as if I was approaching the tee. From here, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to open up to one side of my body. My eyes are going to stay nice and down. And again, I'm allowing for some strength, some core work, and some stretching to happen throughout my body because now the TRX is providing some resistance. From here, once I've done it 10 times each side, I'm now going to go ahead, open it up, and I'm going to take my eyes and I'm going to let my body kind of follow that position here. And again, I'm going ahead and really opening up everything. So when we look at resistive stretching for running, we're now starting to really focus on flexibility, stretching out the shoulder blade, stretching out the lumbar spine a little bit further, and the hips. The next one from the golf swing that we can do that's really great for runners is to go ahead and give me some hip hinges. So from here, I'm going to keep my body nice and upright, and now what I'm going to do is I'm hinging at the hip. Notice that I don't really bend my left knee that much. I'm keeping my right leg so that the toe is actually pointing down. I'm not allowing myself to have what's called, external foot flare like so. I'm going ahead, stretching my body fully out in that direction, coming back up to that nice upright posture. Again, because running is such a single leg sport, this allows for the ankle, the foot, the calf, the knee, the hamstring to really start to get stretched out. Proprioception starts to be put into place here as well. Now, the next one we're going to do is actually a side lunge. We're going to come in, we're going to have feet a little further than shoulder width apart, and now what we're going to do is we're going to fall back, maintain a nice plank position, and from here, what we're doing is we're rocking our body weight from side to side in that side lunge position, just going ahead and taking it from here. Okay, so again, we're just nice, easy stretch, nice little side lunge, stretching out those muscles, allowing for some core work, some strength to happen. The next one we're going to do goes into a little bit more of a lat stretch. You can feel this in the hamstrings and in the low back as well. It's a really nice one because it's active. So the first thing we're going to start with is actually shoulder flexion. We're going to come here, placing our arms up, bringing our arms to here, and then going back into it, allowing again for essentially, we're going to start engaging those traps. And I know some of you have always said, why does my neck get so tight when I'm running? And that's because those traps are a little bit over engaged. So if we go ahead and we fatigue them out a little bit more, there's going to be a less likelihood of them engaging while on the run. So right there, that's just some nice easy shoulder flexion with the TRX. Now we're going to combine that more into a lat stretch, which is going to really stretch out the scapula. Again, you can feel it in the hamstring, the calves as well. Bring those arms up nice and tall, feet shoulder width apart. Go ahead, come here. Now I lift my toes. You can feel that stretch all the way down through the low back, through the legs, hanging out here. Come up, press those hips up nice and tall. And again, you would just kind of hinge, falling chin to chest, stretching out here as well, and then coming back. Now, the next one that's really nice to do is known as a rollout, TRX core extension. It kind of mimics a Superman exercise. This is really great for the posterior chain of our body, the back muscles, the paraspinals, the hamstrings. You will feel the core engage as well. And again, we're just going to come here. Arms are going to be parallel to the floor. From here, I'm going ahead and I'm coming all the way out, reaching my arms up towards the ceiling, coming right up onto my toes and then coming back down. Again, I'm going all the way out, big and tall, and then coming back, and I can do this about 10 times. The final one that we can go through, which is a really great one, especially for our psoas or QL, you know, because I know a lot of runners always complain about just feeling tightness in the hips. We're going to kind of mimic now a little bit more of a yoga pose. We're going to go out just like so, big sun salutation, drop that arm, stretching up and all the way over, really enjoying that stretch, coming back, pressing into the straps, and allowing ourselves to come right back up. Here it is again, we're coming straight out, big tall stretch here. I can feel my core engaging. I've got my lower body strength training happening there. Nice big stretch coming back, and now my core gets engaged again. So those are some nice really stretches you can do standing with the TRX. Now what I want to do is we're going to go through just a few that are more down on the ground. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to overlay our TRX like so. We're going to get into a little bit more of a psoas stretch, kind of mimicking what we did in a passive stretch earlier in the passive stretching video. So now I'm going to come down. I'm going to go ahead, place my foot in the cradles. I'm going to go ahead, turn myself over, bringing my knee back to here. I'm going to take my knee, my other leg, place it forward. So I'm taking a knee position. You can see this knee is at 90, pushing my hips forward, allowing for that stretch to happen here on the right side. Bringing my arms up, if I can, hyperextend and reach back to the straps and really fully stretch out further. You could go ahead and do that. Just be careful, know your limitations. Then from here, I'm going to come, bring my arm down, bring my arm over, just like we did in the passive video. And then again, coming back, bringing the arm to the inside, stretching up, stretching over as well. And then the final piece, coming down, placing the hands on the floor from here, then fully extending the leg behind and going ahead and just sitting in that lizard position here. So like I said, those are some resistive stretches that you can do while using the TRX, and that concludes our 3-part series on stretches. So if you haven't gone ahead and seen the other 2 parts, do go back to those. Check out the dynamic stretches for runners and then the passive stretches for runners. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure that you go ahead and do so. And as always, if you like some of the things that you saw today, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you're curious to learn more about the TRX, click the link down below. All right, everybody, our bodies are ready to go, so let's go running.